So, today's lesson is an extension on yesterday's. It's the same thing, except taking it a little further. So, with today, we're getting bigger numbers. It says, on Clean Up Your Town Day, 1,320 people volunteered to clean up the Springville parks. They were divided equally into teams to work in each of the town's parks. About how many people were in each team? Well, let me count the parks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is asking me to do 1,320 divided by 6. The same rule applies here, guys. All I care about is those first two numbers. I'm going to box those out. I'm crossing off that 2. I'm crossing off that 0. No matter what, these two will be replaced with zeros. That's it. So once again, 6. What number is close? What multiple of 6 is close to 13? 12. So I'm going to rewrite this as 12, and I'm going to add in the 2 zeros. So it becomes 1,200 divided by 6. Once again, 6 can go into 12 2 times. Here's 1 0. Here's another 0. So we're doing the same thing, except now my answers are going to be in the hundreds instead of in the tens. Okay, so let's try another one. 3,340 divided by 8. Okay, box out what's important. Cross off what's not. What multiple of 8 is close to 33? 32. So write my 32. Add in those 2 zeros. It's now 3,200 divided by 8. And the answer is? 400. 400. And guys, I do want you to make sure that you're boxing out each time. Sometimes it's more important than others, but it really doesn't take any extra time away from you to do that one quick little thing. And it's going to really help you out in certain times. We're going to come across one that's going to give us a good reason to box it out. Okay, so now let's do another one. 2,943 divided by 7. Box out that 29, get rid of that 4 and the 3. I don't need them. They're going to become zeros no matter what. Okay, what multiple of 7 is close to 29? 28. So I'm going to rewrite it as 2,800 divided by 7. 7 can go into 28 how many times? What times 7? 4. And then I add on those 2 zeros. 400. Not so bad, right? Because really, guys, all this is 6 times, or 2 times 6 is 12. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 7 is 28. You're literally just writing backwards multiplication facts with some like random zeros thrown in there. That's all you're doing. Half the time you've solved it by the time you've hit this point. Because if you know what number you're changing it to, you know what number you've multiplied it by to get there. So this part that we're writing here is just sort of finishing the problem, already having the answer in our head. So you're going to get to move a lot quicker. Eventually it's going to click, and you're not going to need to draw lines. You're not going to need to remember to do the zeros. I still want you boxing it out. I do, because I think it's very helpful. Let's look at 552 divided by 9. This time, this is a 3-digit number. Box out that 55, cross off the 2. What multiple of 9 is close to 55? 54. So I rewrite it as 540, not 5,400, because I'm aware of how many digits. 540 divided by 9 is 60. Don't get get caught up in making all these hundreds and then making that mistake of adding 100 there. They try to throw you off, yeah. I mean, they purposely give you the same thing to do over and over and over and over, and it's great practice, but then they're going to throw in doing it a different way to make sure that you're staying focused. Because if you're on autopilot just going 200, 400, 400, 600, then you make your mistakes. All right, 776 divided by 4. Box out that 7 to 7, cross off that 6, it's not important. What multiple of 4 is in the 70s? This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. So 78, where do we get 78 from? What times 4 is going to get us 78? So let's think about it this way. Let's think about it this way. 4 times 10 is 40, right? 4 times 20 is...
Oh, I know.
What's 4 times 20? 80. Okay, so this is when we challenge our brains and we have to go that extra mile. This is not the correct way to do it, but I'm going to show you how I get to it. So, to start, I'm going to change 77 into an 80. It's going to become 800 divided by 4, which equals 200. But I'm curious. Anytime I have a big number like this, I know that I can get one more in there. So instead of it being 80, what if I now take 4 away? I can multiply 4 times 20 super easy in my head. Multiplying 4 times 19 in my head, not as easy. I might need to write that out. I might need to sit and think about it a bit longer. But 4 times 20, done, 80. 80 minus 4, no problem. I can do that. What's 80 minus 4?
76.
76. So if I were to change 77 into 76 and add that 0, make it 760 divided by 4, my answer would be 190 because 19 times 4, 9 times 4 is 36. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 76. If I'm trying to get a really good estimate, I would way rather be off by 1 than off by 3. So, this is a good way to challenge yourself. I encourage it. If you ever get to just an 80 or anything in the hundreds, that's a good opportunity to go back and try and figure it out. Okay, let's try another one. 2013 divided by 5. Okay, box out that 20. I don't have to do anything here because 5 is in 20. 5 can go in there. They work together. So I'm just going to rewrite it as 2000 divided by 5. This is when boxing it out becomes very important. Boxing it out keeps me from becoming Oprah, giving out zeros to everyone. 5 can go into 20 4 times. Now I have 2 zeros unboxed that I can add. I can easily get confused if I don't box it out by going, oh, well, here's 3 zeros. I need to add 3 zeros. That's why. And that's why I want you to box around. It takes no extra time. It is just a quick doot, doot, doot. That's it. Done. Moving on. So for this reason alone, do it. It will save you from adding an extra 0. All right, one more, and then you're on your own. 281 divided by 3. Okay, box out that 28, cross off that 1. Is there a multiple of 3 that's close to 28? 27. So I'm going to turn it into 270 divided by 3. 3 can go into 27. 9 times. And I have how many extra zeros?
2.
What? 1. See, you're on autopilot. Don't go on autopilot. Okay. Feeling okay about this?
Yeah.
Good.